Hello, fellow wargamers and history buffs. Today we are going to be doing an unboxing for La Bataille de Preussisch-Eylau. This is the 3rd edition game. A month or so ago, I had shown some of the components that I'd received, and now I've got the full game. So we'll take a look here with the box. We've got some lovely cover art here. Like most of the ones that have come out with these smaller games, it's kind of this sort of flatter pack. And this is because it's just got 2 maps. It's a little bit fewer pieces than, say, the Dresden game or the Ligny game that have come out. Let's take a look here on the back. We've got a description of the battle, kind of what's going on, and then it tells you a little bit about the game and what the components are. And then it shows you the map and some of the other components that are in there. So let's crack it open and see what we have. So first thing here, we've got our counters, and these look like the Russian counters, and I'll kind of zoom in here so we can get a better look. The counters are very nice, good details, very easy to read, and looks like the colors then are going to be matching, letting you know which division they're with. Usually it's the colors of the belts that will let you know kind of which wing they might be part of, and which division they might be part of. Here with the Russians at this particular battle, I think they've got them marked here for R for the right wing, and then L for the left wing, or R might be the reserve. Yeah. And then here, then we've got some French counters from the looks of it. Very colorful. Various and sundry informational counters. Ammunition wagons, always important. And looks like some Prussian counters there as well. Okay, so that's one counter sheet. All right, we've got some informational hit markers, route markers, things like that. Moving on here, we've got French counters and some of the different French cavalry. All right. More French counters here, so you can get a sense of what the colors are like. Kind of flip it over here, and you can see the artillery. When it's unlimbered, you can see the guns. There's Napoleon. Let's see, what does Napoleon look like? Oh wow, yeah, so the Napoleon counter is different. Looks like he's wearing his little fur jacket. Very cool. All right, there's some French counters. Good, here we've got, looks like more Russian counters, maybe some ammunition wagons here. Yeah. Some Prussians, it looks like the Prussians are here. So yeah, very clear, very clean, very nice. Okay, so those are the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 counter sheets that come with it. Now we've got charts. So the charts, nice color print here, good feel to it. Sort of a heavier cardstock. More charts. And looks like more charts, including stuff for the command, activations for the allies. Here we have something that is our terrain key, letting you know what's what out there. That's always helpful. All right, our turn track, sequence of play. All right, fire combat chart, melee chart. All right, here it looks like we have the coalition morale level table track. Yeah, and so the Prussians and the Russians are keeping track of all of these by division. So as these divisions get chewed up, they're going to go on a level. While the French are on the corps system, so as you see, they've got larger cores. It takes a little bit more for them to get worn down. All right, oh, here, this is what I'm looking forward to. This is the exclusive rules. So this is going to have all of our scenario and historic commentary in it. And so here we've got the information about the particulars for each of the different nations, of course, the stuff that's going on with the weather, terrain, and then special unit types. And then we go right into scenarios. So it looks like we've got one scenario, which is for the fight for Eylau the night before the big battle. Assault, Marat's charge, the grand battle scenario. Okay, and then we've got the setup for everything. Yep. So it's a color booklet. It's a nice, smooth paper. So not really glossy, but more kind of a matte finish to it. And then here we've got all the historic commentary. And let's kind of cruise through that. Get to the end here. Right, what do we have? 35, 36. Then we've got the table with the information for command points and the general formula for command. All right, and then we've got the bibliography and the credits. Cool. All right, next thing in the box is the 5th edition rules. Okay, so this is new. The paper itself that is printed on is the same as the other. So it's got more of that glossy feel. Oh, and they've got color diagrams. That's nice. Yeah, the one that they had put out previously was sort of black and white and printed on more of a linen type of paper. So this is nice with the color, and then of course it's got all the information here. Good. All right, that's the main rule set. All right, we've got the maps, and I'll kind of open these up. So they're both, I think, about 32 by 22. There's probably a few scenarios that you can play with just using one map or the other, depending on what's going on. So if you don't have enough space to set something up. So it looks like this is the northern half of the map. It's got Anklampen, that's where the Russians had their sort of headquarters. And then here we go further to the west, we have Freiheit. And then up north, we've got Althoff. So yeah, so the map is divided north and south. And then here is the southern map. And we can see the little frozen lakes. Here, let's take a look. Here's Eylau itself. It's kind of getting close so you can see some of the details. It's a very nice look to it. Sort of a white, gray, the slopes, everything's very soft. Obviously, you got the snow on the battlefield. You can see the little houses all have little snow on the rooftops. Little hay bales out here have their snow on them. There's the church and the graveyard or cemetery. Roads. Right, let's see if there's some other interesting details we can take a look at. Yeah, so here's some other towns. So you can just kind of get a general sense of it. Here we've got some of the woods. Obviously, since it's February, the trees do not have any leaves on them. So really, it's a beautiful map. Really very, very nice. Okay. Moving right along, let's take a look here. Next thing in the box is our order of battle. So our setup. So with this, you've got everything kind of organized by corps. And And what's nice, I really like Clash of Arms puts the names of the commanders here. A lot of them all look very similar, right? And so by having their names there, then you know, okay, this guy goes with this corps. So it makes it easy to find them and place them. So this is nice. It's full color, and it's got everything all laid out here. So you would then go ahead and set up your army on this, and then from this pull the pieces and set them up out on the map when you're playing your various and sundry scenarios. All right, and let's see what we've got. Last but not least, we've got the same thing here for the Russians. And we've got them all broken down, and you can kind of see by their detachments, the colors of their belt, kind of let you know who they belong to, kind of which wing they belong to. So that's then makes it easier for you when you're giving command points to these different formations. You'll know who's who and where they need to be. All right, well, that was a quick unboxing for La Bataille de Preussisch-Eylau from Clash of Arms. This is the 3rd edition of the game, and as everything with Clash of Arms, very high quality components, very beautiful maps, beautiful counters, the scenario booklet, everything else is top notch. I've got, I think, the old original one from the 1980s, so this is a big step up. Having the pieces color-coded is going to make it very useful for if you're playing with the 5th edition rules that have that command control opportunity, or if you're playing with one of the other rule sets like Marie-Louise or Regs 30 that have the command control element. It's going to make it easier for you to keep track of your pieces and know where your formations are at. So if you are interested in this, I would say check out the Clash of Arms website. I had a chance to interview recently Alex Tabb, who was the game developer for this. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that interview, you can tune in somewhere over here. It'll be popping up, and you can watch that next. If you have any other questions or comments or suggestions, go ahead and make notes down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to respond ASAP. And until our next episode, everybody, be well.